Spirituality is a relationship that you have with yourself. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is when you're watching my video. Thank you for watching my video and welcome to my channel. My name is Sister Oz, and today I would like to talk about spirituality. What is it? I know it's very vague, but I'd like to give some connotation to the denotation that has been going around. I don't know if that makes sense. So the denotation or the dictionary meaning of what spirituality is that it is the belief or the feeling or the sense that there's something that is greater than you know, that you're not just here as a human to have to have a sensory experience, that there's a greater reason why you're here, that is the general understanding, well, when I googled it, that's what it said. But I'd like to take it a step further, working with the very same definition, just to not complicate things a lot. But to give an introduction, I'm a student of life and social psychology. I am very passionate about wellness, and I have been for a very long time a spiritual person, even when I was religious, and I feel like, unlike a lot of people, my foundations are very traditional and, dare I say, religious, though I try to shy away from the dogma and doctrine, rather work with the other aspects, and I go even deeper into the spirits in working with light work and dark work, but I'll go deeper into that in other videos. But to bring it all together in my understanding and in my experience is that spirituality is a relationship that you have with yourself, your inner self. I don't know what you call that person, but everybody has. I don't know if other people have two or more people inside or one. I know that I have one, depending on whether I'm working with spirits or not. But I know that I have one person, the inner voice, whatever you want to call it, my soul, whatever you want to call it. Now, I say that spirituality is not, and we're using it, society is using it in this way. And I like the movement of the witches because of witchcraft, because it supports the doing word of the spirituality, right? In breaking it down, I could say it is spirit rituals. Now, rituals are things that you do, whatever it is, in Africa, and I shy away from the word African spirituality, but I will use it for lack of a better word, and for trying to come across, for African spirituality, we work in families. There isn't a broad or diverse understanding. There can be commonalities around different families, around what rituals are done around certain times, depending on whatever it is, maybe for rites of passages or whatever. But every family has its own, right? So that for me says a lot. It says that you take ownership of the rituals that you practice with the greater world, universe, whatever, nature. You work with that, and those are determined by you, by what you, and for us in African spirituality, we work with our ancestors, and primarily here in South Africa, we work with like our great grandparents, like our ancestors, and it's a common thing right now that I'm seeing, that people are working with distant ancestors and whatnot. I haven't studied that to a certain extent. I would like to trust so much in my own ancestors, which is maybe my grandmother, my grandfather, people that I know. So in trying to relate with that realm, I would then relate with spirits that I would know have my best interests at heart. So spirituality is something that you own. It's something that requires you to understand yourself. Now you use it to know yourself, because I don't believe that there's a God outside of you. I believe in nature, and I believe in science, and I believe in the forces of nature, and I believe that it is great intelligence of the universe, and it's something that we will never understand. But instead of wasting our time in trying to understand that, we should try to work with it. We should try to work with it, not in an attempt just only to understand it for the sake of what? We need to work with it in order for us to have a better and greater human experience. Now, the human experience is the best experience. And what I feel spirituality has done is that it has duped people into, and mostly it is promoted by religion. I'm sorry, I say I respect religion. My foundations are very religious, but religion promotes that people not focus too much on the human experience, and rather anticipate an out of human experience, which is the afterlife, which we're not sure about. What we are sure of, though, is the greatness of what is the world, is the greatness of what we have around us, is the beauty that we see of rain when we need rain, of the sun every day to warm us. It's just the giving, the things that we've been given, So I like to work with that, and I like to have a lot of gratitude for actually being in a place that, and in a situation whereby I don't even have to think about my heart beating and it's beating, So with this knowledge, I work with myself. If, for instance, say I'm a student and I have aspirations of being whatever, let's say a doctor, right? I need to work with myself in order to fulfill my desires of this human experience. Now, it won't be the same as the person sitting next to me, or my partner, or my children, or whatever. The nice thing about relationships is that we meet up with common people, who have similar goals and visions that we also have, and then we push forward the similar vision. So spirituality is not something that you should just know for the sake of knowing. It's practicing it. You work so much with yourself, and the ability to understand yourself is to understand that the human body works in a certain way. In as much as you know that when you do something to the ocean, at some point the ocean is going to be polluted, and whatever the ocean is supposed to generate is going to be polluted. Our bodies, we are doing the most with our bodies, and we that is where our spirit resides, our soul resides, that is where our soul resides, and we need to take care of our body in order for us to be able to vibrate higher enough to connect, to be tuned into ourselves, so that we won't need necessarily, especially us women, we won't need necessarily to seek counsel beyond just guidance from external people who have their own ways of doing their own rituals, right? We will have our own intuition again, because you're vibrating higher and you're tuning in, and I'll make another video on how to vibrate higher, and whether we like it or not, the foods that we eat and the things that we keep in our gut affect our souls, and our souls play an integral part in the spiritual journey, because the soul is the one that knows best, and I feel like I'm here to posit that the soul, the human soul that is in the human body, is indeed the God. There's no other God outside. It's the human soul. And way to tap into the human soul is to tune into it. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed the content. I'm very passionate about this, the topic, and I'm an avid practitioner and a very genuine practitioner of this different life, and that they call spirituality. And I feel like it's very important for humans. This is a field that is of importance, and it's been polluted by men. I'm sorry to say this, but I leave with those words before I say too much. Please comment and tell me, what do you think spirituality is? Are you on a spiritual journey? What is it like for you? Please let me know what you think. Comment on the comment section. Let me know what your journey is. What are your foundations? Are they religious like mine? Did you have parents who were maybe spiritually or spiritually liberated, or we're just atheists? Tell me about it. Like my video if you liked it, and let me know where I can improve. I like feedback. Feedback is the best. And subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more of these videos. See you next time. Bye.